Well, good morning. This will be video number 11 of the Jitterbean project, and I'm starting to get ready to do the carving. So I've got to do a few more things on the layout before I can actually do the carving. And I'm not going to be in much of the screen because I want you to see what I've got to do down here, so I'm not worried about you seeing this ugly mug. But what I've got to do is bring in some more of the details into the Jitterbean and into the artwork of the little coffee beans down here, so I can do the carving that I want and leave the lines that I need to leave. So one of the first things I want to do is up here on this B, there's a white line that represents material that does not need to be removed, but I need to finish in the black line and finish the detailing of the letter, kind of blend it all in, and that will give me the actual outline that I'm looking for. And now I can come back with the white marker, and this, again, this white marker is going to indicate material that will not be removed. It'll be left in there so that it stands out. It'll be the same surface. That white line will be the same surface as the board right here. So while I'm on this side of the board, I'm going to go ahead and finish it. I've got a little section, little wisp area right here in the B, and I've got one right here in the E, and I need to finish in the black of the E right here as well. Kind of finish that shape. So basically what this is like doing is putting highlights to the letters. So the E, the B, the upper part of the B is fine. Okay, so now we're going to move on over here, and I've got a little of the E that I need to finish the contour and give it more of the shape it needs. And then I'll come back in, I'll put a little bit of a highlight right there, and then I've got a long highlight on the T. We're going to have one right here. It's going to come just about the whole way down. Going to stop it about right there. And another one just about the same area. And we'll finish it out about right there. And then I've got this one right here on the J that I was able to carve in there. So then I think what I'm going to do on the eyes is I'm just going to remove this portion all together. I'm just going to leave that alone, not take that out. And I think the rest of it's going to look okay. I'll leave a little bit right there, kind of blend that in. So I think those are going to kind of be okay. So it looks like the Jitterbean portion is pretty much taken care of. Let me highlight these a little bit more again so that they stand out. They don't get rubbed off, is what I'm trying to say, when the router base is running over them. So that will give me some. Okay. Now down here on the artwork down here, I need to finish in the dark portions of it and get all that in there. Same thing over on this side, that's all good. Here and here. Fill all those in. Fill all those in. And I'm going to come back here in just a minute and I'm going to put the white that I need in there. So it looks like everything else is good right here. So now we'll come back in and I'm going to leave the little markings right here for the highlights on the coffee beans. I'll put a little one right there, and I'll put another one kind of right there. Same thing here on this one. And this one I'll make a little bigger here. And they're about right there. And somewhere right along in that way. And then what I also want to do is I want to, again, finish out the shape of the bean, give it more of the actual shape of what it needs. And it looks like I've pretty much got everything laid out the way it needs to go. So let me make sure I get that in there like that. And then just because I know the white means don't remove it, I'm going to highlight in between here so I know that I've got a gap right there that I need to maintain. That makes it easy. And then I'm going to do the same thing right here. That just makes it easy for me to remember that I've got this in here to leave. And that'll help me define my shape a little bit better. So I believe that pretty much has the layout completed. And so looks like as far as video 11 goes, this one's about a wrap. We're just about ready to start the actual carving. So I'll get set up and start carving the actual words out. And like I said, from here on out, it's going to move on pretty quick. So I've already done this same layout on the other side of the board. So we are ready to carve both sides. So when I go to carving on this, I'll carve at different depths on different sizes and in different locations. Like this between the white line and the black edge, that's going to be a narrow cut. So I'll do that with one type of bit. Same thing over here, that's a narrow cut, and same thing on either side of those. So I'll do those with one type of bit, and then when I come to removing the rest of them, I'll use a different bit. But what I'll do to make things simple so that I've got it the same depth each time I do it with each bit is what I do on this side of this side of the board, this cutouts here, those with the special bits. I'll do it on this side of the board, and then I will flip the board over and do it on the other side before I make any changes to my router and my tooling. And that way, everything's cut identically on both sides, which is what you want to do when you're doing a two-sided sign. You want them to mirror each other. So I'll do that. You know, it's a little bit of a hassle to have to flip the board over, but it's just, it's what you got to do to make it look right. So, and it's easier than to go back and try to set the router up twice. So I'd rather take a little extra time and flip the board. The board's not that heavy anymore. I've gotten it cut down to size. It's not that hard to handle anymore. It's just bulky. It's not actually heavy, but it's just bulky. So that's what I'll do, and I'll be getting back after it here in just a few minutes. So video number 11 of the Jitterbean project. Thanks.